AI projects are a lot like New Year's resolutions. On January 1st, the gym is packed. Meal plans are ready and everybody's motivated. But fast forward to February, and most resolutions, they're abandoned. Starting is easy, but sustaining is hard. AI projects follow the same pattern. They begin with excitement and bold promises, but most, they don't make it. They end up in what I call the AI project graveyard, a place full of ambitious ideas that never delivered real business value. In fact, recent studies showed only 25% of AI initiatives delivered the ROI they expected. And out of that 25%, even lower, 16% actually scaled across the enterprise. But why? Because teams underestimate the complexity of turning a cool demo into real impact. And many of these projects get stuck in the pilot phase. So today, I'm going to share with you 3 practical tips to keep your AI project alive, so your project doesn't become another broken resolution or another headstone in the AI graveyard. The biggest mistake, it's our first tip. Starting with the technology instead of the problem. So make sure you determine what is your business challenge or problem before you get started. So too often teams are kicking off with this question of, how can I use AI? And that's really the wrong starting point. A better question is, what's the business challenge that we're solving? Think of it in this way. AI, it's a tool. It's not actually the goal. And if you don't anchor your project to that clear business challenge or business outcome, you're truly building in the dark. So define your success metrics up front as you start your project. So that could be reducing churn by 10%. It could be something like improving operational efficiency by 15, or it could even be something like cutting costs by $2 million, right? So defining those metrics and measuring the progress and benefits repeatedly over time. So don't stop and only measure at the beginning, but measure as you go, as you roll out your project. The returns can be exponential. So returning, maybe not in a linear scale, but you truly see that impact and it increases over time. These numbers matter because they give your project that true North Star. Without measurable outcomes, your AI initiative is at risk before it even starts. You might end up with a shiny demo that impresses in a meeting, but really delivers zero impact in the real world. Next, secure stakeholder buy-in early. AI projects don't live in isolation. They touch processes, different people, and different roles, and different products. And if stakeholders aren't aligned, your project will stall before it even gains momentum. Getting that buy-in early is critical. And it means speaking these different roles' language, not using technical jargon. The CFO here, he doesn't care about your model architecture, he cares about cost savings. Now, this operations lead, they want to know how this fits in their workflow. They don't want to know about, other points and how this might cause any friction. And finally, this customer success team, they want to see how it improves customer retention. Your job here is to connect the dots between all these different roles and to show each stakeholder why this matters to them and how it makes their world better. When people see clear value in their lens and in their terms, they become champions. not blockers. So using that data to build your model, it's really only half the battle. Now the real challenge begins. It's actually taking that model and deploying it into production. And that's our last tip, is to focus and build for deployment. Deploying into production and keeping that model running, whether it's monitoring or taking action on any issues that might occur as that model runs, that's where most projects ultimately can stumble. So why? Why is that? Because teams often treat this deployment and monitoring as an afterthought instead of a core part of the plan from day one. So from day one, think about your integration with existing systems, monitor for performance drift, and how do you retain that model as the data continues to change, and make sure that it's relevant for your use case. And these thoughts, they're not just optional, they're essential for the long-term success. A model that works in something like a Jupyter notebook, but never makes it into production, is just shelfware. So here's the final recap. First, start with a clear business problem. Next, make sure you get your stakeholder buy-in early. Third, plan for deployment from day one. And if you follow these steps, your AI project won't just survive, it'll truly deliver real value. Avoid the AI project graveyard and truly build for impact. What AI projects are on your New Year's resolutions? I'd love to hear about them. Add a comment below.